chat, what is happening today?
Nino, are you good?
No, I came to this realization this morning as to what the issue was, and it's like everything's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
So talk to me. What's up?
I don't like where the city's going, man. Everybody's work, no play, you know. And
Yeah.
I'm a lot of play and not a lot of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm in a place where like I wake up to do my duties as a vice jefe, and then I wake up for meetings and shit, and you know, make sure that the ship is being steered in the right way. But other than that, I kind of just burnt out, I guess.
Santi, I've known you for a minute, and you've always been one of the good ones, you know?
Yeah. No, I know. And, you know, it goes the same to you, man. I'm very happy that you're the mayor now, and, you know, I can see the changes you're making, and it's good to see. Especially with the sanitation stuff you've been doing, where people don't have to now spend 4 or 5 hours a day doing this shit. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. But it's just everywhere in the city now, man. Everything is just work, and... You know,
Bruh.
You know me, man. I like to play a lot, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%.
And there's just not a lot of play anymore. Everybody too serious. If they lose something, they get very butthurt about it. You know, I think you understand what I'm saying. On a deeper level, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's unfortunately like I'm gonna be honest with you, Santi. I'm very exhausted. And I don't mean like I'm out of energy, but I'm exhausted out of options. Like I don't know. I've for the last 3 days had such a difficult. It's been so difficult for me to explain to people that do not want to listen, like what some of the problems are.
People are just set in their ways, you know, and I get it, you know.
Hold on, sorry, I gotta. This is an emergency. Emergency, call Paps. Someone's friend is dying in the hospital. Michael will call you.
Oh my god.
I will text Ava as well. Ava, Paps needs help. His friend is dying and in need of a doctor. Okay. I realized that over the last 3 days, every conversation I'm having gets closer and closer to like pressing up against like a cement wall. And for a while, I played a lot of, you know, I always like to give benefit of the doubt unless shown otherwise, right? Unless given like reason to not give benefit.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm the same way. And you know it too.
Yeah. And that a lot of the me trying to get, let's just say, parties to like sort of like understand each other, I realized that I was giving too much benefit, and I think some people just don't really give a fuck. It's what is on their table, and not even if that means the guy across from them is fucking starving. And
which is such a drastic change from, you know, 5 years ago, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, the changes that happened within those 5 years is crazy to me. How we went from a lot of play to now is so just, you know, work, and if you're not working, you know, you're worthless kind of thing. And we, you know, for me, you can see it clearly when you look at the Vagos. In the meeting today, we had 21 people, you know what I mean? And when I looked at how many, you know, folks were, you know, around, it just staggered me, you know, a little bit. When 1/5 of the fucking city is, you know, hanging with us, it kind of just opens my eyes to, you know, people. This is what people want. People want to be able to, you know, just play and have a good time, you know what I mean, and not just constant work. And what we do here is we just, we do the minimum amount of work you need to, and then it's play, 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 you know what I mean.
Mm.
But I just wish the rest of the city did the same shit, because literally the only good times I get right now is with my family, And
Yeah.
it used to be I go outside the barrio and I can have fun with anybody, you know what I mean? Everyone. 5 years ago, I went
Yeah.
out the barrio. I was hanging out with everyone and it was a good time. But now I only get the good times with my family, and it's just like it's sad,
Do you think it's because like lines have been drawn between circles and people are too afraid to cross them?
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's people get too invested into what they've got because it takes so long to get it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's too much work, and when you lose that work, you lose in 2-3 months of work. And I get that you're pissed off about it. Like 100%, I get that people are pissed off about it. You know what I mean? It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So people, I get it, but I want to be able to fuck with people like that, and I want to be able to, make shit happen in that way. But people get too buttered about it, and then it leads to a war that is 5 days, and it's not fun. It's not a fun war. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
war
It's
with try-harding people in the car, and then 6 people run down, and it's not a fun little 6v6. It's a fucking, oh, I'm so pissed. I got, you know what I mean? It's some bullshit. You know what I mean?
that's kind of the trouble I'm having with trying to bridge gaps with the PD and the South Side. Which, look, I'm not crazy, right? That bridge is never going to be fully built, but it's like I'm not even seeing like
But it's a matter of mutual respect. You know what I mean? Like
it's
you know
not
this.
there.
It's not. There's no mutual respect whatsoever. And 5-6 years ago, there was this mutual respect because you had people that, were in charge that could steer the boat, sort of speak. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they were the ones that came down and talked to the leaders of the gangs and made sure that there was that mutual respect there. But that mutual respect is gone. And it's sad to see.
I just got done with one of the saddest conversations I think I could have had this morning, especially on the energy I'm on. After this moment of like clarity, is the first thing that this officer told me after like the days of me trying to get him to understand that there's more to this picture than just fucking shooting. Is he tells me that he had some very negative things to say about the fact that the chief of police is meeting with all the heads of the of the gangs down on the South Side
Wait,
in
they had
order
an
to
issue
build
with
your
that?
gap.
Wait. They had an issue with that? Wait.
That this guy did. That
Who's
he
this guy? Wow,
he
I'm so curious.
Den
That's
Shiesty.
wild to me. Ah, okay.
This
now I
guy
get it now.
goes.
I
It
get
was like
now.
the fucking United Nations of the South Side. I'm like, listen, you fucking brain dead piece of fucking trash of a cop. All right. The fact that you look at something like this, which inherently is leading to what a goal of any police department is, which is stability, and you're seeing that in a negative light, just kind of underlines who you are as a person. And the worst thing about it is I've spent so much fucking time trying to get him to understand that everything that his summary, like his latest statement, is just gangs are complaining. Makes me realize that he is so cooked and beyond saving.
He doesn't get it.
No, he
I've
doesn't.
said this a long time. Like he doesn't get it at all. I even told him this when he came down and he pretended to be on some South Side outreach bullshit. I literally told him, you don't get it, bro. You don't. As much as you want to pretend that you got it, you don't.
No.
You don't got it.
God damn it. I had to tell, like, how do I tell cops that people aren't waking up? How do I fucking tell cops that you're not giving anyone the opportunity to breathe? And that,
The thing is,
that
to
you
me,
are
it's
brewing
not
terrorists.
An issue that it's not an issue that you can fix now, like, like this. It's, to me, the way I see it, it's gone beyond that. You know what I mean? Because you can't talk about the issues that are going on in this context. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I'm realizing.
Yeah, you can't. You have to talk to these people because they don't get it like me and you. You know, we've been in this business for how many years now? Like I've 9, 10 years. You know, we
Yeah.
get it. We understand that, you know, you need both sides of the coin to be working together. But you can't talk about it that way with them because they don't understand it, because they gotta get the deeper understanding, you know?
I think the problem is, Santi, is I think they do get it. I
You
think
think so?
that's what yes. I don't think they care. And
Oh, okay. Then
I
yeah.
think the I genuinely don't believe they care. Especially after because at a certain point, like with the amount of conversation I've had, if you still don't get it, if you can't read between the lines, it's intentional ignorance for self-benefit, right? Because
Yeah,
it's waking
100%.
up, clocking on duty, and farming fucking criminals.
But to me, right? To me, it's not just the cops. I feel this with
Mm.
other gangs too, which is why I sort of stick with my family now. Like I see it
Mm.
with the gangs too. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, we had people coming to our garage and just sabotaging it with no fucking reason whatsoever. We didn't even know it. You know what I mean? We had to find
Wait,
out
what?
2 hours afterwards, and they no reason whatsoever. We don't know who did it. We don't know why they did it. Nothing. We just realized, oh, all of a sudden, garage sabotaged for no reason whatsoever. At least that we know of. They didn't. Nobody told us anything. Nobody's. We have no idea who did it and why. You know what I mean?
It's so troublesome too because I've so many times in the past like little while I don't even know if I'm talking to the person or the person anymore when it comes to these
Yeah.
matters. It's
Yeah.
it's so I don't know, man. Like can I ask you a question?
Absolutely. I'm an open book to you, Nino. You know this.
Have y'all had drones flying over your neighborhood
Yeah. 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 Couple of
unprovoked?
times. Well, I mean, we selling obviously, so I get it. I get why they listen. I have nothing
Oh,
against cops investigating, doing anything.
no,
You know
no,
what I
no.
mean?
I know,
My
Santi.
problem
It's
is when they
hmm,
come down and act like a gang,
yeah,
20 deep, mind you,
yeah.
and fucking shoot us down with ARs. That's when I get a problem. Because you're literally just
Mm,
coming back to get your get back. You know what I mean? You got angry that you got shot down because didn't listen to the gangs that were there and you were alone. So you got angry. So you get your 20 boys, get them up with ARs, and then
mm.
you come down and shoot everyone. You're literally just a gang at that point. You know what I mean? And if that's where we're at, I just kind of gave up. And this is not just a cop problem. This is a gang problem too. You know what I mean? People,
Yeah.
it's everywhere. I feel like it's just the culture of the city now, if that makes sense.
You're saying right, it's kind of there's so much to lose that you can't lose it.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
drone thing, yeah, that's not just with the marshals. It could be other people. Is what I'm hearing.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, everybody can get these drones now. So
What the
listen, I
fuck?
had I
Yeah.
had I had wars with the bollards the other day, right?
Holy
And
shit.
two drones were in the sky watching over the barrio. Meanwhile, they push it. You know what I mean? So, which is cool as fuck. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But also, it's like, damn, shit. I got one of these drones right now. So
Yeah. Yeah. I was hearing. Okay. I'm glad I heard that clarity because, man, I was thinking some evil thoughts. But yeah, fucking marshals looking
ooh,
into your
yeah.
shit, which may or may not be the
Oh, I
case.
mean,
It's
they,
hard to
they they
say.
probably they probably do it too sometimes. You know what I mean? Probably. Which I get. Like, I have like, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against them coming down and investigating.
Mm.
Yada yada. It's the whole gang mentality that they got that I got an issue with. You know what I mean?
For me,
I
the
love
issue.
cops doing their jobs. If anything, I want it.
For me, the issue is like this, right? It's not the inherent nature of um whether they should or shouldn't. It's the logistical notion of now there's three entities that decide what happens, for example, to the Vagos, right? If the
Yeah.
sheriffs decide to go out for the marshals, if the LSPD decide, if the marshals decide, they all have their own unique opinions, then it does not inherently need to be unified. So, like, the problem I'm facing, for example, is I got like the chief of police, and there's some, like, some attempt to de-escalate things between both parties, but the marshals gonna come down and completely throw a wrench in it, right? Sheriffs can
Yeah.
come down and throw a wrench in it. You know, like this whole like Southside, you know, like Hell Week shit. Like, I look at it like, let's say people sat back and like, you know what? We want the PD to investigate, like, you know, just instead of rolling down every hour. Let's say that agreement was made. Well, who's preventing the other two parties from doing it? It becomes like, what's the point at that point? You know, there is no politics. There is no unified front. In fact, the saddest thing about it, Santi, is that I've seen more dialogue coming from Southside gangs and more willing to come to the table than any of the PD. And I've never seen that.
I think mostly now that's happened in the South Side because people are so tired of the shit that we're, dealing with. It's the whole, it's one person, like one cop comes down, stirs shit, and that's what they're doing. They're literally just stirring. These are cops that come down and they're not coming down on an investigation. They're not coming down on some, they come down and they stir shit.
Yeah.
Then they get shot and 20 cops come down and, we get fucked. And that's a $600,000 fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we get fucked and hemmed up, like what happened the other day, I don't know if you know about this, but there was a hostage situation at the top of the barrio. And the guy that was holding the hostage shot one of our boys. So all of the Vagos decided, you know what, we're going to shoot him if the cops are not going to shoot him. So we shot him down.
I'm very familiar. And nothing happened to those that made the call.
Absolutely nothing. And eventually the cops shut us all down. We ended up getting $1.2 million in fines. And we had to spend, I think, like a good week trying to get us all up good again. You know what I mean? And that was just, grind, make money, make money. And it's just, it's not healthy, if I can say it that way.
In any other world, there should have been cops that were fired.
100%.
There is literal human shielding happening in the police department. I hate using these phrases.
No, 100%.
Like human
100%.
shielding of civilians.
Nino, I've been in this job for a long time, and I mean, like, as an OG of the Vagos, I've been in this a long time, and I like to think that I know how cops work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If somebody gets shot down and you interview them afterwards and they're not able to articulate the reasonable suspicion and the probable cause they had to A, talk to the gang, and then B, pull their gun out, what are they still doing as cops? What are they still doing as cops?
I asked the cop yesterday why he's pulling out guns in traffic stops. And he's like, there's a war in the South Side. And I'm like, then why are you doing the traffic stop in the South Side? What did that guy you pulled over do? And he's like, well, I'm allowed to. I'm like, no, you're not. You're inherently issue, escalating.
Maybe it's a training issue then. I don't know what it is. You know.
No, it's fucking cancer that's metastasized within the entirety of the law enforcement. And the problem is that once there's enough of it, you can't battle it, right? You just can't, because there's too much of it. And that even if there's because there's some really great cops, there really is.
100%.
But the thing is, there's not enough that have the weight, or there isn't enough of them to. They're either too scared to speak up against the majority, or it's that kind of thing. It's it's too much of a uphill climb. I don't know. Well, shit, Santi, it's I'm sad to hear this.
Hey, I mean, this was a good conversation to have, and I do see what you've been doing, and I look around on the sidelines, and I appreciate what you're doing. I see what you're trying to do, but I just think it's an issue that you can't solve here, if that makes sense.
I think you're right.
I'm completely blunt with you now.
No, I'm glad you are.
I apologize if.
No need to apologize. Trust me, I've been speaking along those lines a lot this weekend because I've no other way to convey it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my problem, and I've been trying to convey this to people, but it's like I said, it's people gotta either read between the lines and understand, like you understand what I'm saying. And if they can't read between the lines, this is a conversation that we have to have somewhere else.
Agreed. Yeah. For what it's worth, there are things that I'm cooking, so I if all goes well,
like
maybe Maybe tides will turn, you know?
Yeah. Or maybe I'll just become a prodigal child. Who knows?
Oh, my God.
I'm kidding.
Oh, my God. Holy shit.
I appreciate you, Nino. I always will.
Yeah, likewise. When did I first meet you? I feel like this is...
Bro, 10, 11 years ago. Yeah. You were a completely different man back then.
Yeah.
You were dealing guns and I mean, yeah.
What was
Anyway.
was it when Speedy had the bench, or was it when I had the bench? I don't remember.
Well, you had it first. Yeah.
Oh, brother,
Back
that's
when
like
you had it.
15 then, yeah.
Yeah, 50, yeah, 11, 12.
Oh my,
yeah.
you were around
Wow.
during the little birdie people, right? Fucking
Yeah,
guns
yeah,
being
yeah.
found in the ocean?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Holy fuck.
Like I said, Nino, we go way, it's way back.
I feel like I know you almost as long as I've known Speedy.
Probably makes sense, actually.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
Santi. You take care, yeah?
You too, Nino. Appreciate you. Santi, what were you guys saying? You good?
Bro, that's